Welcome to Divinely Demi. This is where we do oracle card pulls for the collective. My name is Demi, and really, when I go into these pulls, I use my intuition to get messages that are for the collective. So, if this is your first time here, hi, welcome. And if you've been here before, thank you for joining me again for today's collective message. So, today is for the air signs. Hello. I'm a Libra too, so I'm in y'all's gang. What's up? What's up? And we are just gonna go ahead and get into it. I have these two oracle decks. One is Sacred Medicine. The other one is Herbal Anthology. I actually forgot. But the question for today is, well, I'm going to ask a few questions, but the first is going to be, what is the overall energy for the air signs? Also, today is, what day is it? It's December 8th or 9th? I think it's December 9th. It's December 9th, 2024. As I'm doing these readings today, if there is something that you connect with, something that stirs your spirit a little bit, then you could take that as a sign, if you want, that is for you. And if something doesn't really seem to resonate with you, then let it be. All right, so our first card is Surrender. You guys, so let me just say, before I got on here, I was playing music and I was guided to a playlist. I was like, what playlist do I want to listen to? And the name of the playlist was called Surrender and Release. It's a playlist that I made, and I was sitting here listening to two songs that were both called Surrender. So the overall energy for today is to surrender. Oh my goodness, to surrender. You know, this word comes up a lot, especially when it comes to spirituality, right? Like, we hear this word surrender, surrender. And what I've been sitting with a lot, I mean, I won't say like a lot, but enough, right? Is, what does it actually mean and feel like to surrender, right? Like, what does that look like? Some people don't really like the word surrender. Like I said, I'm not settled on one definition because I think it could feel like a lot of different things. Some people I've heard like to say allow, right? It's when you allow. Let go might be another way to put it. But the word surrender, for me, like I said, I don't have a perfect definition for it yet, but it's definitely this idea of letting whatever it, words, take your time. Okay. It's this idea of letting whatever be, right? Like, it is what it is, but not in a dismissive way, but in a way that is accepting, right? It's, to me, surrender is full acceptance of what is. Yeah. This card is so pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous. So it looks like us air signs are in this state of really craving this feeling, this energy of surrendering, right? Surrendering to what is, surrendering to what could be. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to read from the book on this one, but I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to wait. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going to wait. But thank you. All right. The number is 43. So that's a 7. 7 is usually about cycles. 7 days in a calendar week. 7, the lucky number 7. I'm not a numerologist, but 7, I know 7 is usually like on the 7th day, rest, right? So surrendering, resting. All right, if I can get these cards together. I feel like I can't really shuffle and talk. So we're obviously, okay. That's the overall energy. Can you clarify surrender? Clarify surrender energy for us, please. Oh, I heard cut the deck. Miracles. And look at that. Another 7. Do y'all see that? 16, 7, 7. Miracles. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're surrendering to the miracles, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. So we have to be in this state of surrenderance, right? Of acceptance in order for us to let the miracles come in that are like, they're right here. So some of you guys have already been seeing some things come through, right? Like little surprises or little things that maybe have been working out for you in certain ways. And like what I'm hearing is that this is only the beginning though, right? This is only the beginning, and there is so much more that is going to come to fruition as far as your like I'm feeling like and what I'm seeing is really in every area, in every single area of your life, like there are going to be things that have happened that you didn't even think possible. Wow. It's what I'm really feeling is to surrender to the miracles, right? Surrender to the possibilities of what could be. I feel like we've been in this energy of stagnancy, and it's kind of getting cold, right? And you also have to deal with, I feel like pulling one more, reclamation, 9, and look, 27. Yeah. So here's what we have right now. Let me show you guys. Reclamation, home. So the feeling of surrendering is really coming back home, right? It's coming back home to ourselves. It's coming back home to this feeling, this energy of being like, you know what? I don't really know what all is going to happen, right? We can't predict the future. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that loud thing in the back. Okay, let me focus. Surrendering really involves coming back home. And coming back home for me has really felt like this sense of, like I said earlier, acceptance of yourself, acceptance of where you are, and also believing in the possibilities and the hope of what's coming forward, right? What's going to come to fruition soon. Some of us have been feeling like, where's my breakthrough, so to speak, or where is it that what am I missing? I'm hearing some people saying, like, what am I missing? I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. What's the next step? Things like that. Or I do know what I'm doing, but it feels like there's a piece missing, right? And I think in the piece is the energy. It's not like we like to look outside of ourselves for things, right? And there's this energy of looking outside of you to be able to find some sense of peace, find some sense of direction, but it's always inside of you. And it's not until we surrender, right? It's not until we allow to let things be and look forward to miracles. That's when the miracles actually start to come in, right? Where there's no force. There's no force. There is grace. Right? There is grace in how we approach our life. There is grace in how we approach our tasks. That ultimately will lead us home. I'm going to read from the book on this passion flower, surrender. So let's see. We're going to turn to it. Oh my God. But look what I accidentally turned to. Well, this isn't by accident, but look at that, acceptance. I just turned to that, but that's not the card. The card is 43, passion flyer. So sacrifice, surrender, choosing growth, trusting discernment, rituals of letting go. The astrological ruler is Neptune, the moon. Let's see. So this says that passion flower is a botanical native to Central and South America. It was named for Passion of the Christ. It's also called flower of the five wounds. The 5 petals and 5 petal-like sepals of this flower represent the 10 apostles who remained faithful to Jesus throughout the Passion. Wow. The circle of hair, like raised above the petals, represents Jesus's crown of thorns. Since its introduction in European herbal medicine, it's been used as a hypnotic. So, okay, well, it tells you all the stuff for passion flower. Where does it come from? Passion flower was used as the direct communication with the mythical voice within. Let's see. All right, so the guidance here, though, this is what I wanted to get to. This part. Okay. Anyways. All right, the guidance is that passion flower surrender. Let's start over. Here we go. Passion flower symbolizes surrender, sacrifice, and the crucifixion of the ego. Passion flower resembles the need to sacrifice in order to make space and move forward. Yeah. The all-seeing double-headed owl symbolizes the great understanding. I'll show you an owl. Look at that. That's gorgeous, by the way. This is gorgeous. Owl, okay. Symbolizes great understanding perceived from both sides, whether it be upside down or inside out, and bestows goddess passion flower with unseen truths as she performs rituals for letting go. Owl is symbolic of discernment and able to light up what needs to be seen. Yeah. Passion flower today might reflect the need to suspend actions that aren't aligned to your spiritual path. Are there certain decisions? Or wait, did I skip something? Are certain decisions or actions that you've made that you must sacrifice in order to reassess your direction? Honor your intuition. It's okay if projects or original ideas come to an unexpected halt. Discernment is key to experience greater truth and opportunities. You know, something that I have been dealing with, and I feel you guys dealing with it too, is so they something that they just said in there. It is talking about being okay with pivoting, right? Like, so like it said, is certain things you maybe been working on haven't blossomed in the way that you thought, or it's time to switch modes a little bit. Being okay with that and trusting your intuition. And what for me, I know I've been dealing with the same thing. Learning, realizing, being aware of the same thing, is that every time I have an idea, right, of things I want to do, things I want to create, sometimes I have this one idea of what it should look like, but then that changes, right? And so I feel like some of you all have been creating different things, right? You've been creating different things for yourself, or you're on the verge of creating different things for yourself. And what's being asked of you is to let go, right? Let go of not only the control over it or feeling like it all has to be figured out, but really leaning into your intuition here. Sorry. There we go. All right. So what else? I keep hitting you guys. My bad. Let's keep going. All right, what's this one? This top one. Trust. Oh, this is beautiful too. Trust, okay. Yeah. So surrendering is also about trusting, right? We were just talking about trusting our intuition, trusting our path. And look at that. God, that's a gorgeous card. So the number is 8. The herb is, oh my gosh, I don't even know what this is. Babinsana. I might be saying that wrong. My bad. You want to know what's also really cool as far as numerology goes? We have a 7 here, right? 7. We have another 7, and then we just got an 8, and then we have 9, right? 7, 8, 9. So we're actually going to sit this one here. But look at that. Trust. Yeah, so we're really needing to lean into this sense of trust. That is also that is related to surrender, right? I feel like we're really being shown, what does it feel like, what does it look like to surrender? And something that I have noticed that's really important when I'm going into I'm gonna stop hitting y'all, I swear I am. What's been important for me when I go into a state of surrender is to trust that I'm taken care of, to trust that you're divinely taken care of, right? All your needs are going to be met, and everything that is in your path, right, for you to complete will be done. And it may not be done in the way that we think, right? We sit here and we try and plan and orchestrate and worry about, is this person going to stay in our life or not? Is this career the one I take or not? But we're really being called right now to trust in our journey. And look, in our ancestors are here supporting us. Our ancestors are with us. Our ancestors love us, right? We are there's so much different energy in this world, right? And look at all these purples. These purples are gorgeous. I love those colors. Anyways, yeah, so trusting our path, trusting that the decisions that we make. And I feel like we're coming to a time right now where there are some decisions that need to be made. There are some decisions that we're wanting to feel more comfortable with. And so it's important that we trust that our intuition is guiding us to where we're supposed to be going on our path. Let's see what this one says. 8. Okay. So self-love, heart retrieval, ultimate state of receivership, gratitude, receptivity, compassion. All right. So I actually don't know what I'm saying it wrong. I don't actually, so I'm going to read a little bit about what this is. It says that it's a highly respected mental teacher that contains a plethora of medicinal benefits for the body, mind, and spirit. Found in the Amazon shamans, depict her as a goddess, a deeply creative feminine spirit who has masterful healing abilities. It assists us in healing wounds of the heart. Some of us have been mending our heart. Some of us have been trying to care for our heart through all of this. We've been trying to care for our heart, right? And that's what they're saying, is to surrender to all of it, right? Surrender through that heart space. Surrender is this feeling of letting your heart rest, right? Just letting your heart rest. And you know, like this season for me has been one of being single, right? And really getting to know myself in all these beautiful ways. But also dealing with the loneliness that comes with it, right? So surrendering even to that, surrendering even to those feelings where it's like, my heart is broken, and not necessarily from like a relationship. So it could just simply be, sometimes I just feel lonely, you know. Sometimes we just get there, and that's okay. But know that you are taken care of. Know that you are held, right? We're mending our hearts, and not just from relationship, but from even just past things that are coming up from childhood, right? Things that are that we're still healing and working through and mending. Let's see. So yeah, so this plant also grants powers of intuition, the necessary power of self-love. Let's see. So the bright and pink flowers bathe the energy body with the softness of light, awakening the inner pathways to unconditional self-love. Babin Sana reminds us that love is the highest state of receivership, reminding us not to forget the necessary power of self-love. Babinsa assists us in rediscovering forgotten places within ourselves, retrieving fragments of our hearts, seeking healing. Ask yourself, where is my heart's memory can I bring wholeness to? Babinsa medicine is like that of the whales and hummingbirds, the joyous record keepers of the sacred that assist us in accessing the reservoirs of the cosmic heart. Serenita is reminding you to pay close attention to the messages encoded in dreams, synchronicities and symbols that surround you right now. Some of you guys have been having dreams. Okay. Through those doorways, you can further explore the great mystery of your heart's desire. Yeah. Again, trust your intuition, trust your dreams, trust that trust what's going through. That is surrender, right? You know, overall, it's like there are miracles that are coming through, right? And we, in order, not even just to get there, because it's not about, oh, let's receive the miracles, but the miracle is learning to trust yourself, right? The miracle is in learning to have compassion for yourself, to have grace for yourself, to have love, right? To pour that love into yourself. And what I'm really hearing is a lot of you have been forgetting about yourself. Like, even though there's been a lot, you've been processing a lot, right? You've been dealing with a lot. But don't forget that there's so much love that's available to you. We're learning how to trust ourselves, right? I'm there too, learning how to trust myself more deeply, trust my intuition more deeply all the time, right? And I love all this purple and blue. I don't really know what those represent, those colors, but I know purple is usually like royalty. I'm going to pull one more. Spirit, can you just give us one more to wrap up this reading, and then we're gonna be done. Let's see. This is really about returning home to ourselves. Look at her with the rose. Look at her with the rose, right? Reclaiming ourselves, loving on ourselves, surrendering. Because full acceptance of what is, right? Even through it all, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, acceptance of everything as it is, and ultimately acceptance of ourselves. What would it look like for you to accept yourself fully today? What would it look like for you to trust your journey today? What would that feel like? This one? Nourishing, don't you think? It would feel nourishing. It would feel nourishing. We're going to sit that one right there. It would feel nourishing. It would feel nourishing. It feels like having the sun shine on us, right? It feels like letting ourselves be at home as we take each step throughout the day, returning back to self. How can I love on myself more? How can I nourish myself more? Right? How can I give myself the things that I need? How can I lean in? Because that is where the miracles start to happen. That's a miracle in and of itself, right? I don't know about y'all, but the love that I've been able to cultivate within myself, like that is a miracle in and of itself. And I still got a long way to go. Okay. But it's a miracle in and of itself. I'm going to read from the book, from this one, this Nourish card, and then I think that will be the end, unless, you know, Spirit says something else. All right. I think that I'm actually just gonna read the sacred ceremony part. Look at this. During our summer solstice ceremonies, we share a bowl of strawberries, which bring gentle nectar to our hearts and spirits, reminding us to soften into self-acceptance. I was talking about self-acceptance earlier, right? Like, what does it mean to surrender? We're back to, look, thank you. Thank you for wrapping it up. Thank you. Okay. Right? When we were talking about surrender, it's self-acceptance. Right? It's self-acceptance of all. It's love. It's loving ourselves. Accepting ourselves is loving ourselves. It's a part of it. Okay, let me keep reading. Dear Spirit comes before you today. Why am I going to cry? I'm not. Okay. Dear Spirit comes before you today and nuzzles your cheek. They have a strawberry in their mouth and they offer it to you. You place it upon your heart, and Grandfather Sun shines brightly upon you, the warmth and light illuminating your presence. The healing affirmation is, I celebrate my success and the forward movement of my dreams. I care for myself deeply. Yes, I care for myself deeply as I pour my light into the world. Wow. Yes, thank you, Spirit. It's so, what does it look like to care for yourself? What does it look like to love on yourself today, this week? Today is Monday. What would it look like? What would it feel like to nourish yourself? The word on here is nourish. What would that feel like? What would that look like? You're so worthy of it. And there are a lot of you here who have been on this journey of self-love, who have been on this journey of reclaiming yourself, of learning how to trust yourself, surrender, right? It's in learning to accept all of us. It's all, like, accept every part of yourself. It's in learning about what you like and don't like. It's in learning about what makes you feel good, what makes you feel safe, what makes you what you need, right, when you're feeling sad, what you need when you're feeling angry, what you need when you want to have more joy in your life, right? It's caring for you. It's taking that extra time to sleep, or it's taking that extra time to do something creative. It's pouring into yourself. It's spending time with just you and yourself, and there's so much that's gonna okay. There's just so much to gain, right? Like, at the end of the day, that's what Spirit is saying. That's what Spirit is saying. It's time to really keep nourishing yourself. A lot of you are already on that journey, but to keep doing it, to lean in more. All right. And I feel like that's it. That's it. Love yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. I wish you all love, grace, and gratitude. Bye.